Yeah, part of fall camp is just getting your guys acclimated to the pads. That's why you're in in helmets for about 3 days. There's shoulder pads for a couple. So we put on full pads today. We've had 4 of our practices outside, a couple of them inside. We'll go back outside tomorrow, and we'll just kind of keep going in and out in terms of being exposed to the elements. We're never going to play at 9:30 in the morning in August, but we need to get used to the heat and those type of things.
What's most has pleased you most from the progress from the beginning of practice to now?
The thing that's pleased me most is just the response. The team's response to the effort and physicality that we demand as coaches, and they demand of themselves too. But just the response, whatever we're asking to do, our guys are listening right now. They're very responsive to what the position coaches, special teams coaches, coordinators are asking them to do, and that's all we can ask as coaches. We just got to tell them the right things.
Talk about the mix right now between game planning versus just kind of putting in your plan. How do you do that in this week?
Yeah, typically, I don't want to speak for all teams, but typically the first scrimmage, you're going to always be on your offense, your defense, your special teams, the installation of your base fundamentals, your base offense, defense, special teams. Into the second scrimmage, you'll probably put a few more things in, maybe more special situations, end of the game, 2-minute, some special team situations that are unique, and then you'll have your second scrimmage. And then usually from that second scrimmage to your game, you'll start dipping your toe in some things that you may do for your first few opponents, but not necessarily bringing that to the team's attention, because you're so far away from those games. You're so far away from your first. But the majority of the emphasis is still on getting better as a player, but you may have a couple periods, 5-10 minutes, where you run some plays that, maybe something that's used down the line.
And in terms of picking it up and executing it, both sides of the ball, have you been pleased with what you've seen?
I have been pleased. There's always going to be mistakes when you put pads on. It's different when you're in the summer and you've got a towel out there and people aren't hitting each other. When you add that to the game, that's a different element, so that can shift your focus. So we're learning how to play football now as opposed to go through an OTA workout. Going from a physical drill to a special teams drill, back to a third down situation, to a low red zone situation, to a goal line situation. So we're learning a lot of different things, but I've been very pleased with the retention. And the mistakes that we're making are good mistakes. And what we've talked about as a team is let's not make the same mistake twice. It's good to make mistakes. That's what it's all about. That's where the development and the growth is. But it's hard to call it growth when it's the same mistake twice.
So the team's looking pretty good. I came in when Kane and all them, I was here. My second day here is when Kane left, so it was kind of awkward. And then Coach Batoon, one of the biggest reasons I came here, left. So it was kind of rough transition, and then it was stuff with family. But honestly, just a lot of prayer. And we got Coach Applewhite, which is I think is a great transition. He's a great coach. Just the stuff he lives on and stuff he preaches, I really do love it. I definitely think the team needed it a lot. So I think that is helping us, and it's setting us up for a Sun Belt championship. We just have to continue to lock in and just focus on the little things that he's preaching, because I feel before, not talking down on the past teams, but there wasn't a lot of discipline that was given out and a lot of discipline that was on the team, and it definitely showed in tough moments and stuff. So I think that big change from Coach Applewhite and the rest of the staff that he recruited to come here is definitely going to help us out a lot, and you guys will see in the season. So
talk about your role and how you're fitting in on the linebacker spot.
So I'm now playing outside linebacker and a little bit of stinger, just in case somebody goes down, because there's not a lot of depth there, because there's a lot of young guys. But I've definitely been trying to lead more, trying to be more vocal, because I'm kind of a lead by example guy. But I've definitely had to change that and speak up more. So I think just that transition has helped me out a lot too, because I've been seen as a leader both places I've been in college and even in high school, just by leading by example, and definitely getting pushed out my comfort zone to speak up. It definitely helps me out a lot, because when I speak up on the field, it gets me amped too, so it allows me to play better. If I play better, the people around me play better. Now we have an insane defense. So.
And lastly, just talk about why this defense can be one of the best in the conference.
I think we have some of the best coaches in this conference, and they just push us daily. They really focus on just the small details of the game, first, second, third down. We just went over all of that these past couple of days, and may harp on all the small things, watching the ball, knowing your assignments, keys. They're going to play the best players, the people that are most disciplined, over the people that just make plays and they're undisciplined. So we're going to have a very disciplined defense, and you don't really have a lot of those unless you're watching the championship game. So this is going to be a great defense you guys will see this season.
It was great. I feel like everybody came out with a lot of effort and a lot of energy, and we were all being physical and running around. So it was a good first day.
It seems like energy has been an emphasis this year. It seems like you guys have risen to that occasion. Talk about the energy, the physicality that you're seeing in these first couple of days of practice.
Yeah, Applewhite's definitely been trying to emphasize our energy. I feel like that was the big difference between this year and last year.
Talk about the running back room. A lot of competition in there, a lot of good guys back there.
Yes, like you said, it is a lot of competition, and there is a lot of good guys. And I'm really excited about the running back room. The way we're going to be able to attack people from all different angles, especially with the speed, agility, and the physicality that we bring on the field. We're going to be very nice.
And lastly, why is this offense? Why does it have the potential to be one of the best in the conference?
I feel like we're all just ready, and we all know what we want, and I feel like everybody knows that we're explosive, so we're going to use that to our advantage.
I feel like we made a bunch of progress from day one of camp, just going out and seeing guys compete, like even though it's real hot outside, but just going to compete, make plays, and just fight through it. So I feel like we definitely taking a step in the right direction.
Talk about your role and how you hope to contribute this year.
Just by doing whatever I can do, just trying to beat up for my team, just make plays when my number's called, and just like bringing the energy to the team.
What did you learn last year that you can apply to this year?
Just when things don't go your way, or like if our back get against the wall, don't just like panic or start doing things like just trying to be Superman. Just stick to the course, stick to the plan, and just continue to try to help your team out in any way.
How excited are you that you are such a big part of what we're doing offensively?
I'm excited. I'm ready for the challenge. Just try to stick to my script though, and not just try to do too much like I just said, but just try to make plays when my numbers called. That's all.